Namaskaram. Shri Mahaganapatiye Namah. Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Welcome to today's humble samarpanam on Mayilpeeli. Today we shall chant, learn and understand the slokas of Narayaneeyam Dasakam 88. Let us first chant the sloka and then understand the meaning. Dasakam 88 talks about Krishna as Santhana Gopalam. As per the request of his mother Devaki, Lord Krishna brought back from the Sutala world all his dead siblings and later gave them salvation. He also helped Arjuna to keep up his promise of saving from death an expected child of a Brahmin by taking him to Vaikunta. With this chapter, the story of the incarnation of Lord Krishna comes to an end. Dasakam 88, Sloka 1. Pragevacharya putra Prutinishamanaya Sviya Shatsunu Viksham Kankshantya Maturuktya Sutala Bhuvibalim Prapyate Narchitastvam Dhatushapadiranyan Vitakashipu Bhavan Shaurijan Kamsabagnan Aniyainan Pradarshya Swapadamanayatāha Purvaputran Marichehe. O Lord, your mother Devaki, whose 6 sons born before you had been killed by Kamsa, she had been thirsting to see them. On learning about your feat of bringing back the dead son of your preceptor Guru, Sage Sandipani, and restoring him to his parents, she expressed her desire to you. You then went to the region called the Sutala, from where, after being honored by Mahabali, you brought back those 6 sons to your mother. They were originally born to Marichi and were reborn as the sons of Hiranyakashipu, owing to a curse of Brahma. Then they were born to Devaki and Vasudeva, but were killed by Kamsa as soon as they were born. Having satisfied your mother's wish, you led those 6 sons, your siblings, to your own abode, the heavenly Vaikunta. Here we understand that Devaki expresses her desire to see her first 6 sons who were born before Krishna and whom she could not even have a proper glimpse because they were immediately killed by Kamsa. She had heard that as Guru Dakshina, Krishna had brought back his Guru Sandipani's son. Krishna revives his 6 siblings from Sutala, fulfills his mother's desire and then gives them salvation by taking them along to his abode Vaikunta. Dasakam 88, Sloka 2. Shrutadeva iti shrutam dvijendram Bahulashvam nrupatim cha bhakti purnam Yugapatvam anugrahitu kamo Mithilam prapita tapasaihi sametaha. O Lord, being desirous of conferring your blessings on the noble Brahmana famed as Shrutadeva and your great devotee King Bahulashva, at one and the same time you arrived at Mithila accompanied by sages, says Bhattadri. Dasakam 88, Sloka 3. Gachan Vimurti Rubhayor Yugapaniketam Ekena Bhuri Vibhavair Pihitopacharaha Anyena Tadina Brutaischa Falaudhanadaihi Tulyam Prasedita Dadata Chamuktimabhyam. O Lord, assuming 2 similar forms, you visited both their houses simultaneously. One, the king Bahulashva, entertained you with an abundance of valuable gifts, while the other, Brahmin Shrutadeva, offered you fruits and cooked rice procured that very day by begging from his neighborhood. You were equally pleased with both of them and bestowed mukti or liberation on them, says Bhattadri. Dasakam 88, Sloka 4. Boyo tadvaravatyam dvijatanayamrutim तत्प्रलापानपि त्वं को वा दैवं निरुन्द्यात् इति किल कथयन् विश्ववोढाप्यसोढाः जिष्णोर्गर्वं विनेतुं त्वयि मनुजधियां कुण्ठितां चास्य बुद्धिं तत्त्वारूढां विधातुं परमतमपद प्रेक्षणेनेति मन्ये. O Lord, again then in Dwarika there was a Brahmin whose children died just when they were born. To the wails and lamentations of the father, you had just to say that who could resist fate? Maybe, I believe, seeing this, Arjuna's mind was blunted into thinking that you were merely a human being. To curb his pride and to take him to the high level of realizing the truth, you showed him the supreme abode Vaikunta, says Bhattadri. Dasakam 88, Sloka 5. Nashta ashtasya putraha punarapi tavatu prekshaya kashtavadaha spashto jato jananam atatadavasare dvarakamapapartaha मैत्या तत्रोषितोऽसौ नवमसुतमृतौ विप्रवर्यप्ररोधं श्रुत्वा चक्रे प्रतिज्ञाम् अनुपहृतसुतः सन्निवेक्ष्ये कृशानुम्. O Lord, people began to speak ill of you at your indifference towards the Brahmana even after he had lost 8 sons. At that time, Arjuna came and stayed at Dwarika on a friendly visit. When he heard the wailing and lamentations of the Brahmana on having lost his 9th son, he was very much moved. He vowed to bring back the son, failing which he would immolate himself in fire. Here we understand that Krishna, even after knowing that the Brahmana had lost 8 of his children as soon as they were born, he just very indifferently said, who can resist fate? Though he was the Lord himself and could have saved the children, his indifferent behavior was very disturbing and people started talking ill about the way he behaved. At that time, Arjuna, who was there in Dwarika on a friendly visit, heard the lamentations and wailing of the Brahmana who had lost his 9th child as well, and he just thought that Krishna is just a human being and what could he have done, and because of this he vowed to bring back the son, failing which he said he will give up his life. Dasakam 88, Sloka 6. Mani svatama prishtva dvijanilaya-gato bhanajalair mahastraihi वृन्दां सूतिगेहं पुनरपि सहसा दृष्टनष्टे कुमारे यां यामैन्द्रीं तदान्या सुरवरनगरीर्विद्यया साध्य सद्यो मोगोद्योगः पतिष्यन् पुतभुजि भवतां सस्मितं वारितोऽभूत्. O Lord, proud of his prowess, Arjuna went to the Brahmana's house without your knowledge, and by using divine weapons and arrows, he created a presumably impregnable fortress around the labor room, blocking all approaches to it. However, when the child immediately after birth vanished by demolishing the fortress, Arjuna sped to the abodes of Yama, Indra and other gods by employing his yogic powers, but met with total failure in his attempt to bring back the child. As he was on the point of jumping into the fire to fulfill his vow of giving up his life because he did not save the child, you just then prevented him from this act with a gentle smile on your face, says Bhattadri. Dasakam 88, Sloka 7. Sadram tena praticim dishamadijavina स्यन्दनेनाभियातो लोकालोकं व्यतीतः तिमिरभरमदो चक्रधाम्ना निरुन्धन् चक्रांशु क्लिष्टदृष्टिं स्थितमतविजयं पश्येति वारां पारे त्वं प्राददर्शः किमपि हि तमसां दूरदूरं पदं ते. O Lord, speeding westward with Arjuna in a fast chariot, you crossed the mountain Loka and then, dispelling the intense darkness with the brilliance of your disc Sudarshana and telling Arjuna, Look, you unveiled to him whose eyes were dazzled by the rays coming from your disc that indescribably wonderful abode of yours, the Vaikuntha, in the far distance beyond the seven seas and entirely transcending the touch of Tamoguna and Rajoguna, said Bhattadri. Dasakam 88, Sloka 8. Tatrasinam bhujangadipashayanatale divyabhusha sudhadhyaihi आवीतं पीतचेलं प्रतिनवजलदश्यामलं श्रीमदङ्गं मूर्तिर्नामीशितारं परिमिहति शृणाम् एकमर्थं श्रुतीनां त्वामेव त्वं परात्मन् प्रियसखसहितो नेमितक्षेमरूपम्. O Lord, in your heavenly abode there he was seated on the bed constituted of the king serpent Adishesha, the Mahavishnu. He was adorned with ornaments and divine weapons and yellow silk garment. Goddess Lakshmi was at his side and his form had the splendor of dark fresh rain bearing clouds. He, the supreme ruler over the trinity of Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh, and is the sole subject of all the Vedas and scriptures. To that being, the embodiment of moksha and identical to yourself, you and your dear friend Arjuna prostrated, says Bhattadri. Here it can be understood that the divine form of the Supreme Lord Mahavishnu was seen, and it is also said that the lost children of the Brahmana were there in different age groups there. Dasakam 88, Sloka 9. Yuvam mameva dvavadika vivruta tarhitatayam vibhinnau sandrashtum swayamahamahasham dijasutan na etam dragetan iti kalu vitirnan punaramun द्विजायादायादाहा प्रणुतमहिमा पाण्डुजनुषा. Lord Mahavishnu handed over the Brahmana's children to you, saying that he had brought them in order to bring you and Arjuna to his abode, and he wished to see both of you who were in reality and in which is the ultimate truth, that he himself, though appearing different, his divinity being fully manifest in one, that is Krishna, and the latent or obstructed in the other, that is Arjuna. Commanded by him to take the children quickly, you returned with them and restored them to the Brahmana, while your glory was extolled by Arjuna. Here we understand that this was a pastime of the Supreme Lord to tell us that Krishna and Arjuna were none other than the full divine form manifest and the latent form respectively. Arjuna returned to the Brahmana's house with all his children, and he returned them to the Brahmana. He extolled the glory of the Supreme Lord all through this pastime. Dasakam 88, Sloka 10. Evam nana viharaihi jagadabiramayan वृष्णिवंशं प्रपुष्णन् ईजानो यज्ञवेदैः अतुलविहृतिभिः प्रेणयन्नेन नेत्राः भूभारक्ष्ये पदम्भात् पदकमलजुषां मोक्षणायावतीर्णः पूर्णं ब्रह्मैव साक्षात् यदुषु मनुजता रूषितस्त्वं व्यलासिः. O Lord, in this manner you delighted the world by various sportive activities, nurtured the Vrishni clan and performed many sacrificial rites and yajnas. You pleased the gazelle-eyed wives with unparalleled sportive endurements, and on the pretext of unburdening the earth, gave liberation to many dependents and devotees. You, the incarnate infinite Brahman itself, appeared in a material form and shone through the veil of a human form amongst the Yadavas, as Krishna says, Bhattadri. Dasakam 88, Sloka 11. प्रायेण द्वारवत्याम् अवृतदयितदा नारदस्त्वद्रसाद्रः तस्मान् लेभे कदाचित् खलु सुकृतनिधिः त्वत्पिता तत्त्वबोधं भक्तानाम् अग्रयायी स च खलु मतिमान् उद्धवस्त्वत्व एव प्राप्तो विज्ञानसारं स किल जनहिता यादुनास्ते भदर्याम्. O Lord, sage Narada, forever immersed in the bliss of service to you, stayed in Dwarika most of the time. From him your father Vasudeva, who had acquired considerable merit by performing good deeds, received knowledge of the ultimate reality. The wise and intelligent Uddhava, the foremost of your devotees, learned from you yourself the essence of spiritual knowledge and wisdom. He is widely believed to be abiding even now at Badrikashrama for the welfare of humanity. It is said that sage Narada imparted the knowledge of the ultimate reality to Krishna's father Vasudeva, and Uddhava, the staunch devotee of Krishna, received the essence of spiritual knowledge from the Supreme Lord himself. Uddhava is still believed to be present in Badrikashrama performing penance for the welfare of humanity. Dasakam 88, Sloka 12. Soyam Krishnāvataro jayati tava vibho yatra sauhardra bhiti स्नेहा द्वेषानुराग प्रभृतिभिरतुलैः अश्रमैर्योगभेदैः आर्तिं तीर्त्वा समस्ताम् अमृतपदमगः सर्वतः सर्वलोकां सत्वं विश्वार्तिशान्त्यै पवनपुरपते भक्तिपूर्त्यै च भूयाः. O Lord of infinite glory, this incarnation of yours as Krishna surpasses and outshines all other incarnations. In it, all people everywhere overcame all sorrows and attained salvation by diverse, matchless, effortless yogas and means or practices, like friendship, that of Arjuna, fear, that of Kamsa, love, that of the Gopikas, hatred, that of the Asuras, attachment, that of Vasudeva, etc. O Lord of Gurubhyo, may you deign to eradicate all afflictions of the world and infuse everyone with perfect devotion to you. Praise Bhattadri. Hare Krishna. Govinda Nama Sankirtanam. Govinda Govinda. Narayana Akila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. Shri Haraye Namah. Shri Maha Periyava Sharanam.